after finishing our main task, we decided to look back at our preliminary task. And by looking at our preliminary task, we have seen that there are major differences between both our tasks. One of the major differences being sound. So we didn't really think about the technique of sound in our other task.
In our preliminary task.
Yeah, because we were kind of more focusing on technical kind of like camera shots.
Yeah, getting the shots right,
yeah,
and trying to make it look as though it was a continuous piece.
Yes. So what you'll find in our preliminary task is that there's a sound of a hairdryer when there's not supposed to be, when there should be kind of like some kind of like music. And the funny thing is now we would know how to do that.
We didn't know how to add in the music.
No.
So it's the part where our boy character is daydreaming about the girl character, and so her hair's all flowing and she's like smiling at him in this dream. And so we used a hairdryer to get her hair all flowy.
Yeah.
But we couldn't figure out how to add the music.
But now after editing our main task, we know how to do that. I think that's something that we would definitely change if we were to go back.
And do our preliminary task again.
Yeah. And I also think that it's clear through the continuity editing, how we've improved with that as well. So if you look back at our preliminary task, it's very jumpy. You can tell that it's been edited.
And our main transitions were either straight cuts or dissolves / overlaps.
And the shots were kind of like shot reverse shots, or just a simple medium shot, wasn't it?
Or like a close-up.
Yeah. So you can kind of tell how we've advanced our knowledge of shots and how to use them and how to make them effective and the meaning behind them.
Yeah.
And
we used a lot more camera angles.
Yeah.
So like in Dominus, one of the first shots we see of the woman on the ground is a Dutch angle, and the composition there is on the floor. We have to like lie right down, not use a tripod to get it on the ground like that. And we've done like whipping pan shot where we spin round and round to show our protagonist's confusion when she stands up and becomes conscious.
And I also feel like we've thought more about the location this time. So preliminary task, that was filmed at a classroom in school.
One that just happened to be free.
So whereas like now, like you look at in Dominus, it's in the middle of the woods, in a huge field in our village. And I feel like we've definitely thought and been like more creative about this task than the one before, because the one before I think we were quite reserved in like our ideas and everything, and we weren't really confident in what we were doing because it was our first task. But now we've gained more confidence.
For example, we've really improved on mise-en-scene aspects of our production as well. So in the preliminary task, we asked them just to wear appropriate clothing that they'd normally wear to school. So Jack and Nat wore like t-shirts and jeans and things like that, and they brought their school bag with all their like pencils and books. But for Indominus, we planned what she was going to wear. So our lead character, played by Saskia, was supposed to be in work clothing. So we had her in a blazer, blouse, skirt, and, like little tights and little black heels, and we thought about the makeup and how her hair was going to be done. Obviously, because she was lying on the ground, it was a bit like messed up, but you could tell that she had got ready for work before she'd somehow ended up in the field.
Yeah, we definitely went into more depth with our storyline and everything.
And the makeup was really good. Like we had bruises, we put actual mud and some like red lip liner as like blood on her hands, because later on in the film you find out that our lead character actually murdered someone. That's
Spoiler alert.
And for the lanyard we put like blood on it to show the person person's name on the lanyard who she'd killed, and she'd taken their name tag.
And that's another thing, like what you just said, you know, with props, we made the props, you made the props, and whereas before it was literally just a bag, pencil case and pencils, whatever they had on them. But we've put a lot more thought into this one.
I mean, for the preliminary task, they were meant to be in a school setting, because it was a schoolboy, like, fancying a schoolgirl sort of thing. It was very cliche, but so it was good that they had that stuff, but we thought a lot more about the storyline, a lot more about the backstory, about what would happen after our opening sequence. I
mean, we wanted to make it like really different from our preliminary task to show how we've developed. And I feel like we did do that with with even the storyline, technical things and everything. So
we also really thought about our characters' intentions and objectives. So our protagonist at this point in the opening sequence, she doesn't know where she is or why she's there. She can just hear a voice in her head, and obviously that's scaring her. She wants to get away from this, but she doesn't know how. She wants to know what's going on.
So I think that overall, by like looking back at our preliminary tasks, we've learned more about camera shots, more about how to use the camera, loads more about editing in sound, especially editing in sound. Because we even recorded sounds in the studio.
We recorded Foley sound. We added an ambient sound. We had voiceover because there was no dialogue in the piece this time. It was all added in. Post production. What else did we have? We had music. We had the violins.
We had birds tweeting.
That was the ambient sound of birds. We added a lot of that in, and we also thought about the composition of the camera and like the movements. We did lots of pans in this piece to really establish the setting, sort of create a false sense of security because the setting's really natural and beautiful. But
we also included different perspectives from using the camera. So we did a third-person perspective of the character lying on the ground, and then
point of view shots.
And then we did point of view shots straight away from that when she woke up. So we've really kind of advanced our what the audience can see really, and how the message is portrayed across.
We also used a lot of treatment in our shots. So for the panning through the trees, the first shot that you see of the actual opening sequence, we didn't use a treatment on that, but we did turn up the vibrancy and the colour and the brightness and the shadow intensity, just to make the shot clearer and to make all the colours look better, and again lull the audience into a false sense of security. And then this really contrasted with the shots where they were point of view shots. So all of the shots from the character's point of view are in a diffuse glow treatment, which makes everything look sort of slightly distorted, slightly out of sync. It's like we've got a ghostly white tint to it. Because she's just been unconscious.
She's kind of in a daze.
And it also shows the confused state of mind she's in.
And also, quite an obvious one is that we've included titles in this opening sequence. And although there's a different format to the preliminary task, all we have on the preliminary task is this one, is the opening kind of preliminary task school meeting. So, so we've kind of put more thought into the characters, who's on the production team, and
so this time we actually had a music director who's my guitar teacher, and in his studio is where we recorded all the sound, and then obviously we're the directors and producers, and we did all the editing and everything, the camera, and then Saskia, who was our lead actress, also helped with the makeup, and she provided a lot of the costume.
And I think that overall,
we've improved a lot since our preliminary task.
And I think both of us can say that we are really proud of our main task, and
we hope you like it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.